Okay, and Selenium, the second tool we called it as Selenium. Okay, Selenium is a core Java programming. It's not only core Java programming. We can use Python, we can use Ruby, we can use C Sharp. Okay, so multiple languages Selenium supports. Okay, so we can use multiple languages using Selenium. Okay, and it is an open source tool. It is a open source tool. Okay, it is an open source tool, means no need to pay amount. Okay, no need to pay to any company to get the license of that. Okay, so that's why 96-97% companies are using this Selenium tool. Okay, now in using Selenium and using a programming language, what we are going to do, how we are going to test the application. Okay, so to test any application, okay, what we are going to do, we are going to write some test script. Okay, we are going to write some test script. Okay, so what is the difference between programming language and scripting language? So programming language is basically used to develop a software, develop a application. Okay, so using C, C++, Java, .NET, C Sharp. Okay, all these languages, even Ruby, Python, we are going to develop application using these languages, using this programming language. In scripting language, okay, Java also support. What scripting means, using Java also we can do scripting language. Okay, we can write the script using Selenium. We can use Ruby also, we can use Python also. Okay, so multiple languages Java supports. Okay, even Java scripts also, even shell scripting also we can do. So advantage of doing automation testing, what are the advantages? So as advantage is speed. Okay, means if you are going to test any application manually, whole application, it is going to take time. Means someone will sit there and he will test the application manually. He will open the browser, but in Selenium, what it will do, Selenium tool will do it. Will write the script and we will run that particular script. What it will do, it will go and test all the features, the whole application. Okay, in that manner, we are going to write the script. Okay, efficiency, quality is going to be defined because tool is not going to skip. But if in manual testing, if repetitive task will be done in manual testing, sometime what happens, they might skip. Okay, so someone can skip the features to test. Okay, so if someone is going to skip it, okay, then customer is going to find the issue, means that quality is not going to be defined. Okay, so customer will complain that we are facing this type of issues, we are finding mistakes in the application. Okay, so we are not going to give a quality product to the customer. Okay, so to when we are going to do automation testing on any application, we are going to define a quality product. Okay, cost wise also. Okay, manual testing, if we have to test one application and it contains around 100 features. Okay, at least how many test engineers we need? We need at least 5 to 6 test engineers to test that application. Okay, they are also going to take more time. They are also going to take more time. So in place of that, write a script. Okay, write the test script and run it. Okay, so it will be what? Duration will be less. Okay, yeah, it's a different. See, when we are going to write a script, they are going to design a lot of frameworks and all. Okay, that is okay. Okay, that they are going to, just like if I assume, okay, if I assume to test one feature, okay, to test one feature they are taking what, approximately five or let's 10-15 minutes to test one feature manually. Okay, so they are taking only 15 minutes. Okay, one test engineer, I'm just saying, to test one feature. Okay, we have around 10 features approximately, just as example I'm taking. So how many minutes for total application? 150 minutes. Means what? 60 and 30, 2.5 hours to test one application, just as example for 10 features I'm telling. Okay, now in automation, okay, so if he's going to test it 4 times, okay, how much? 600 minutes. 600 minutes they are going to take it. Means approximately how many hours? 10 hours, approximately 10 hours they are going to spend on it. Okay, if they are going to test it, what, 4 times that particular 10 features. Automation testing, they are taking 5 or approximately, let's take what, they are taking around 5 hours, or yeah, 5 hours for test, for to write, to design what, framework and a script. Okay, they are taking 5 hours. Okay, and 4 times, and to run, to execute that script, they are taking only what, 20 minutes. They are only taking 20 minutes. Okay, 4 times if they are going to run this script, means what, how much, 80 minutes. In 80 minutes they can run it in, they can test the application 4 times. 5 hours and 80 minutes. 5 hours 80 minutes in automation, and in manual it is going to take 10 hours. That is the advantage of what, automation testing. Yeah, it is going to take 5 hours to design the framework, more than that also. But you can see the duration of executing every time whenever we are going to do a repetitive task, it is going to take very less time. But for manual testing, same 150 minute, 150 minute, 150 minute, 2.5 hours it is going to take every time. But once this is designed, okay, it is going to take what, very less time to run it and give us the result. Okay, so a lot of process are there in automation testing. We are going to get a report that, yeah, this much of features I have tested and those are working fine, effective. Okay, so that is the decreased cost and shorter time. Okay, here we need what, I just told us, we need 6-7 test engineers. Here, one framework developer, and they can write what, 2 test engineers, enough for time. Okay, so that's why companies are moving in what, automation testing. That's why companies are moving in automation testing. So that is the advantage of automation. Okay, right, design the scripts whenever the customer will come with new requirements. Okay, when you have to go and test the previous features, already scripts are written, just go and run it, go and run it. Okay, so what they are doing, before release they are going to run those scripts, they are going to run those scripts. Okay, so these are the advantages. Still more, increased confidence. Scripts can be reused if it is a healthcare domain. Okay, if it is an insurance domain. Okay, so for all these, if it is a ERP domain. Okay, so if it is a e-commerce domain, that scripts can be reused. Just we will go and modify some scripts and we can reuse it, and accuracy is more. Okay, so these all are the advantages of automation testing. So in an interview, they ask what are the advantages of doing automation testing. We can talk about these 5 points in interview. Okay, so already I have explained about the 2 types of companies are there. Okay, service based and product based yesterday. Okay, now each and every company, okay, to develop a software, each and every company is going to follow a process. Okay, and that process we called it as software development life cycle. How we are going to develop a software, how we are going to develop a software. Okay, so they are going to follow this life cycle to develop any application. Okay, so they are going to follow this process. That process we called it as software development life cycle. Okay, so in software development life cycle, the first process, okay, sub process is it is a life cycle. It is a process to develop a software. Okay, if someone asks what is SDLC or what is software development life cycle, or what is SDLC, the short form of software development life cycle is SDLC. What is SDLC? It is a testing. It is a process to develop a software. Okay, so in this we have different phases. We have different phases. Okay, so the first phase is requirement collection. Okay, who is going to do the requirement collection? Business analyst in service based company. Okay, he will go and collect the requirement from the customer. And in product based company, product analyst will go and do a market analysis and they will collect the requirement. Okay, After that, once requirement collection is done, okay, what they are going to do, they are going to do a feasibility study. What is that feasibility study means? Feasibility study means they are going to check, can we develop this software or not? We have the resources or not? We have the technology or not? So each and when we are going to develop this, okay, whatever the resources and technology we are going to put, okay, the companies means finance manager, each and every person will be there in that feasibility study. Okay, CEO will be there, that whether we are going, when we are going to develop this software, either we are in the profit or loss, each and everything, yeah, they are going to do in this feasibility study, and they are going to check whether the application, whether the requirement is durable or not, feasible or not. Okay, so business analyst, okay, financial manager, okay, manager, project manager, each and every person will be there. The higher management will be there, and they are going to check whether we can develop, we are able to develop this software, this requirement or not into a software. Okay, so we are going to check the durability and feasibility of the requirement. Once feasibility, once they decide, okay, now the requirement is durable, feasible, now we can start developing it. Okay, after that, what is going to happen? The next phase is designing. Okay, so there will be a web developer, UI developer. What they are going to do, they are going to design a UI part. Okay, they are going to design the application. Okay, that how application will look. Okay, how the application is going to look. Okay, so in that they are going to design two level of designing. One we called it as high level designing, and the second one we called it as low level designing. Okay, high level designing means feature wise. Just like example, I have Gmail application. So in Gmail application, we have what? Compose, inbox, outbox, send item, draft, spam, trash, logout. So these are what? So these are high level designing. So they are going to design. Low level designing is what? Inside Compose, we have what? To CC, body, send button, attachments, drafts. So all these are what? Low level. Is in detail they are going to design. So these are two designing they are going to do in designing phase. Okay, so web developer and UI developer or architect. Okay, generally we called it as architect. Okay, so they are going to design this. Based on the requirement, they are going to design the UI of the application, that how application will look. Okay, I will show you some designing of my real application. Okay, just we are working and product owner has shared us some UI part, that how this UI part will look like. Okay, so tomorrow in the next class, I will show you that how the UI looks, how they are designing. So architect is there. So I was also there. Even developer entire team was there, because we have to test that application. Okay, so we will get an understanding that, okay, how the UI will look. Based on that, we are going to test that application. Okay, so the manager, product owner, we were sitting in the meeting, and we were deciding, okay, everything looks good. Okay, or means we are going to think as a what? Customer, as a that, because that application will be used by what? Customer, and we are going to use that application as a customer while testing. So while testing, we have to use as a customer that application is working fine or not. Okay, so we have to think like a customer, that in how many ways customer is going to use the application. Okay, so overall ways we are going to test. Okay, so once designing phase is done, okay, when architects had designed the high level and low level designing, okay, after that, the next phase is coding, where developer will select one programming language and he will start developing the application. Okay, so he will select one programming language like Java, .NET, PHP, Python, Ruby. So they are going to C, C++. So they will select one programming language and he will start developing it. Once development is done, once application is developed, it is handed over to us. Us means what? We are a test engineer. We are a test engineer. Okay, so it is handed over to us. We start testing the application. Okay, whenever we are going to find any what issue, when we are going to find any issue. So in general, in testing, okay, in testing we call it as what? In testing we are not going to call, there is a difference between issue, okay, mistake. So there is a difference. I will explain later about that. Okay, in testing we call it as a bug. We called it as a bug. We are going to find what? We are going to find bug. Okay, so what is generally bug means? Bug means deviation from the requirement. Deviation from the requirement. Okay, means anything is different from the requirement, we call it as a bug. Okay, so while testing, we may encounter or we may found some bug. What we have to do with this bug? Okay, are we going to store somewhere? No. Okay, we are going to report it to whom? Developer. We are going to report it to developer. Okay, developer, what he will do? He will see, yeah, bug is there, he will fix it. And again, it is going to hand it over to whom? To you. For what? For retest. For retest. It is not testing, it is retest, because again you are going to test it. Again you are going to test it. Okay, so it is handed over to you for retesting. Okay, if it is still bug, if while retesting, again if it is a bug, handed over to whom? Again developer. That still bug is there. Okay, again he will test. So this process continue until what? Until application is what? Application is working fine according to the requirement, or application is bug free, means there is no any bug. Okay, so this process continue until the application is stable, bug free, and works according to the customer requirement. Because our role is what? Yeah, if application is working according to the customer requirement, means yeah, the quality is good, the software, the application quality is good. Now we are going to do what? We are going to hand it over to whom? Customer. We are going to hand it over to the customer in the form of what? Installation and deployment. Means we are going to install it to the customer location. Okay, customer will start using that application. Customer will start using that application. While using, they may find some type of issues. Okay, they are not able to understand it, the features. Okay, so there is a what? Support teams in every company. They are going to support to the customer, because customer is new to the industry. Okay, he does not know the terminology, or he is facing some issue. Okay, while understanding the feature. Okay, or he might it is a feature, but customer is telling no, it is an issue. So we have to explain to the customer. Okay, so the interaction with the client, interaction with the customer, the higher management, product owner, okay, they are going to support teams are there, they are going to support to the customer. Okay, so once deployment is done, okay, once customer started using it, okay, we are going to do a what? Maintenance phase. So that support, whatever we are going to give to the customer, that comes under maintenance. Okay, so these are the phases of software development life cycle. Okay, so these are the different phases of software development life cycle. So if someone is going to ask what is software development life cycle, okay, neatly again I'm going to explain you. After that, please listen carefully. Someone, at least someone will try to explain it. Okay, each and every feature. Okay, so I will ask someone to explain this process. Okay, so please listen very carefully, because see, in interview, first question they're asking, what is SDLC in manual testing? Okay, if you go as experience also, they will ask what is SDLC. So neatly you have to explain the definition. It's not like a simple one-line definition you are going to explain. You are going to explain them the entire process of software development life cycle. Okay, so if like just like someone asked me, what is software development life cycle? Software development life cycle is a process to develop a software. It consists of different phases. Okay, like requirement collection, feasibility study, designing, coding, testing, installation or deployment, and maintenance. Okay, so when when the business analyst and product analyst collect the requirement from the customer, and by doing a market analysis, okay, it is handed over to some set of team. Okay, so some set of team is going to check the durability and feasibility of the application. Once the requirement is durable and feasible, okay, the architect or the web developer, okay, is going to design a high level and low level designing. Okay. Once the designing phase is done, okay, it is handed over to developer. Developer starts developing the application by choosing a programming language, particular programming language. Once the application is developed, it is handed over to test engineer for testing. Test engineer start testing the application. Okay, they may find or they may encounter some bugs. It is reported to developer. Developer will fix it, and again it is handed over to test engineer for retesting. This process continue until what? Until the application is bug free, stable, and works according to the customer requirement. Once the application is developed, tested, it is handed over to customer in the form of installation and deployment. So when customers start using the application, they may find some issues, which is resolved by the support team in the maintenance phase. This is overall the process followed in the company, okay, to develop a software. Clear? Okay, so I have neatly explained each and every phases. Okay, now someone try to explain it. Okay, I'm just moving back, okay, up. Okay, someone just try to explain. Okay, when you will start explaining, I will move the phases, okay, below. So someone try to explain this process, software development life cycle. Anyone? Anyone? No one is there to explain. Kanak Ranjan? Okay, so go. I will share this recording. Go through once again. Okay, try it, because see, in manual testing, what is theoretical concepts are there. You have to speak. Okay, you have to speak there. Okay, in front of the interviewer, you have to speak in front of the interviewer. Okay, so neatly I have, okay, explained each and every process in the document. Okay, so I have already explained each and every phases in the document. Okay, so neatly I have explained all this. Okay, now there are so many different models of software development life cycle. Okay, the companies, they were following, okay, different models of software development life cycle. What are the models of software development life cycle? Okay, so these are the models companies are using. Okay, so when they started developing a software, they started with the first type of model that we call it as waterfall model. Okay, and then we have a spiral model, prototype model, V&V model, hybrid model, and agile methodology. Now each and every company, so it totally depends on what. First, the first model was waterfall model. Okay, no, now no one is using that waterfall model. Okay, others four are there. Okay, others four depends on the requirement, what type of requirement we have, they are using, and most of the companies are using agile methodology. Okay, so just assume, okay, here, to develop the whole application, okay, to develop the whole application, all these phases one by one sequentially, okay, one step after another step, how long it is going to take or to do all this stuff? Okay, if we have a requirement, okay, of for 20 or 30 feature, okay, they are going to take 1 year, 1.5 years to develop the entire application. and the customers are paying us millions of rupees. It's not like in 2-3 months they are going to develop it. No, for 30, 20, 30 features, they are taking time. Okay, means when they started developing the application, they were taking 1.5 year to develop the entire application. Now we have changes the processes. Okay, some requirement we are developing, handing over to the customer. Again, some developing and handing over to the customer. Again, we are developing some requirement, handing over to the customer. Like that, we are doing it. So we have changed the process. We have changed the process. So, but still, some companies they use based on the requirement, they are going to use this. Okay. So the first model we called it as waterfall model. Okay, so this was the first process model which was introduced in the market. Okay, in the companies was using this waterfall model. Okay, so this waterfall model also having what same phases, requirement analysis. So they are going to first analyze the requirement. Okay, they are going to check the requirement that whether the application is perfect or not, means the requirement is durable, feasible, we are in the profit, we have the technology, we have the resources to develop this particular software or not. Once they have done a requirement analysis, they are going to do a system design, that how the application will look. So they are going to design the UI part. They have hired architect and web developer to design it, or the higher management in the team only they were doing that how the application will look like. Okay, and then they are going to implement it in the form of what? Coding. Okay, so they are going to develop that application using a language. Okay, programming language. So once they have done the implementation, again it is handed over to whom? Test engineer? No. In waterfall model, okay, developer only used to test the application. Okay, they will do different types of unit testing. Okay, so developer only test the application in waterfall model. Okay, only in a waterfall model. In other models, there are test engineers, they used to test the application. But in waterfall model, they tell developer only to test it in their servers and their machines. So to check what they are getting the bugs or not. Okay, so once they find any bug, they resolve it, and again, so they have to report all these issues, and they have to report. They are going to prepare report for all the application that all the features are working fine or not. So there will be a development lead. They are going to manage they are going to monitor each and every work of the developer. Okay, once testing is done, they are going to deploy it to the customer. Once customer started using it, they are going to do a maintenance. So there is no any overlapping, that no first deployment then testing, no, not at all, or first testing then deployment. Each and every phase is what? Step by step. Okay, so once one team complete the work, another team they are going to do it. Okay, and there is a possibility, okay, there is a possibility that, okay, customer has given us a requirement. Okay, now what we want to, when we, so approximately just thinking that, just moving up. So system design is done, implementation is done, testing. When we are doing a testing, customer comes and he told, I want to change the requirement. Customer will come and he said, market got changed. So we approximately we are going to spend 7 or 8 months here, okay, or 8 months in this till this phase. Okay, we have spent 7 to 8 months. Okay, so customer is coming and telling, change the requirement. I want to change the requirement. No, we are not going to allow customer we are not going to allow the customer to change the requirement in waterfall model. Okay, so in the waterfall model, we are not going to tell customer, no, you can't change the requirement. Okay, means next time whenever we will come, okay, when you will come with new feature, at that time we will implement these features in the application. But right now I'm helpless. Company used to tell in first phase only that no, we will not allow what requirement change in waterfall model. If you are going to use waterfall model to develop a software, we are not going to allow you to change the requirement. Okay, when you will come with Second time with the requirements. Okay, at that time we will implement these features. Okay, because why? The reason is why again we have to spend this much of time, 7-8 months. Means again we have to go and do a requirement analysis, again system design, again implementation, again testing based on that requirement. So approximately again we have to go and we have to repeat the process. So again we have to spend 7 or 8 months. Okay, so it happens in real. Okay, so this process they were using in waterfall model. Okay, so approximately step by step means once one team complete his work, then another team will start developing the application in implementation phase. Means developer works start. Okay, so sometime okay like that in companies happens. Okay, they started hiring developer. Means designing is done, they need one developers. Okay, or they assume that okay for this much of requirement we need more developer. So that's why you will see okay there are some openings in my company. Some of your friends they will tell that there are some opening in my company. Means they have done the designing phase and now they need developers to develop it. So they started hiring some resources. They started hiring some resources if they need more resources to develop that particular requirement. Okay, testing. When testing phase start, so they are not going to hire test engineer in first phase, requirement analysis, because 7-8 months they have to pay unnecessary, right? Unnecessary they have to pay. Okay, so they will when they will see okay development is done, so they will analyze it. Okay, after 1 month we have to start testing. So before 1 month they will start searching the people that we need a test engineer to test this application. So they start hiring. The hiring process will start. They will inform to the HR manager that we need resources for this project. Okay, so like that, the process is going on in the company. Once their testing is done, then they are going to deploy to the customer location, and then once customers start using the application, they are going to find some issues, and that is issue we are going to resolve in the maintenance phase. Okay, so this all process we are going to follow in waterfall model. Okay, so there are two things I have explained. Developer used to test the application and requirement changes are not allowed in waterfall model. Okay, so with these disadvantages, okay, they started using other models. They started using other models. Okay, with the big so waterfall model basically they used okay for life critical applications. Okay, for life critical applications. Previously they used to develop. Okay, so they thought no, this application is having bug. Okay, assume if life critical application okay in hospitals. Okay, if any machine okay any software will contain a bug, what will be the happen? Someone will die. Okay, so they are going to take they are going to while developing and while testing they are going to take care it very carefully, because if a software okay nowadays if you heard okay even they are going to do eye operations, okay, laser beams, all these they are using multiple software while operating the patients also. They are using lot of application. If any of the application is going to contains any bug, okay, there will be a life risk. Okay, someone will lose his life. Okay, so they started using other models. So they find some disadvantages that no, these are the disadvantages we are getting in this process, or there are lots of disadvantages in waterfall model. Okay, if one means every phases, one phase will start after completion of another phase. Okay, means output of this phase will be the input of this phase, right? Output of this phase, input of this phase, output of this phase, input of this phase. Okay, means each and every step wise or what there is sequential manner they are going to follow. One step after another, one step after another, means one phase after another phase. Okay, so they are following means no two teams are going to work together, means there are no parallel deliverables. Parallel deliverables means no two teams are working together. If two teams will work together, okay, what is going to happen? It is going to take less time. It's going to take less time to develop this application, but it's not, they are not going to follow the process. So that's why they have come across with so many disadvantages. Okay, if someone is going to do a mistake in this process, if someone, okay, while designing, okay, web developer or architect miss a requirement, he will not see, he's not going to come that, okay, that web developer or architect has what, missed any requirement, because no one is going to review the work of architect. There is no any person is sitting there to review it. Okay, so no review process at all. So developer, what they will do, they will develop the application based on what, designing, high level and low level. Okay, they are not going to map it that whether the architect has designed for this requirement or not. So there is no any person sitting here to map it. Okay, so he will develop based on the designing. Okay, test engineer is going to test based on the what, knowledge. Okay, he's going to test the features, whatever the features he's going to get to test, he will test. If they are going to find any bug, they are going to report it to the developer to fix it. Okay, so once this application is, he is also not going to map what, that this for this requirement they have designed or not. Okay, once we deploy to the customer is saying, I am not having feature, I am not having functionality for the requirement I have given. Means who is going to find it? Who is going to find it? Customer is going to find it, and that is not good for company, because the customer will complain that I have given you the requirement, but you are not giving us the, you have not covered up the requirements in the application. Okay, so it happens. Okay, so means there is no any proper review process, and requirement changes are not allowed in the waterfall model. Okay, so with this major disadvantage, okay, they came across with other models of software development life cycle. Okay, so these, now you're understanding that processes companies are following to develop a software. Okay, because millions of rupees customer is paying us, so we have to take care very carefully each and every phase. Okay, so they started with another type of model. Okay, that model we called it as spiral model. That model we called it as spiral model. So just I am removing these marker signs. Okay, so for in some interviews they used to ask waterfall explanation. You can neatly explain this waterfall model phases. Okay, application of waterfall model. Requirements are very well documented, cleared and fixed. Definition, product definition is stable. There are no ambiguous requirement and the project is short. Okay, there are some advantages, but it also contains what, disadvantages. Okay, so if customer wants the changes, the most important, because nowadays everything is dynamic. Everything is what, dynamic. Okay, in the Amazon you will get new products, means what, it's dynamic, everything is changing now. Okay, so each and every customer wants what, changes in the requirement. Anytime he will come, okay, now based on the market I want to change the requirement. If you will not allow the customer is not going to give you the requirement to develop a software. Okay, so we have to allow the customer to change the requirement in any phase. Okay, so with that they started using other models. Okay, that model we called it as spiral model, or we also called it as iterative model, or we also called it as a cyclic model. Okay, so whenever we have Modules, whenever modules are dependent on each other. What is the meaning of dependent on each other, right? Okay, so just like when you go and apply in any company, okay, online, okay, when you go and apply, click on apply job, when you navigate to the company link, okay, you are going to get multiple features. First feature is what? Sign up. That is also application. That is also application. You are going to navigate to a URL. So that is also a web application. When you hit apply for job, okay, in the Naukri or in the LinkedIn or in the Indeed, okay. So there are lots of job portals where you are going to go and click on apply. You are going to navigate to that particular link, okay, website, portal, company portal, and then you have to sign up. Neatly, you will enter what? Your personal detail and enter the username, password, confirm password, click on sign up. Once you click on sign up, now you will get username and password in your mail ID. Enter username and password and click on login. Once you click on login, okay, they will ask you what? Personal information. The second feature after sign up, second feature, personal information, means you can't directly go and enter what? Your personal information. Means both are dependent on each other. Both features, both modules are dependent. Sign up module and personal information. After personal information, education qualification, then experience, then upload CV, and then apply, confirm. So all these features are what? You cannot go directly and put your experience. Correct? So all are what? Dependent on each other. All features, all modules are dependent on each other. So whenever we have a requirement where what? The modules or the features are dependent on each other, we go for a type of model. We call it as a spiral model, or we call it all as iterative model, or we call it as cyclic model. Okay, so apart from waterfall model, we allow the customer to change the requirement, and test engineer is going to test the application. But in only waterfall model, developer used to test the application. Okay, he's going to do a unit testing, check all the coding, all the features are working fine or okay. But in other models, test engineer is there, he is going to test the application. Okay, so how we are going to follow this spiral model? Okay, so just assuming that, okay, first let's take 4 feature A, okay, B and C, and we have another feature called D, just like example. Okay, so we have these 4 features. Okay, so first phase is what? Requirement analysis. So we will start for what? Module by module, we are going to develop the application and we are going to hand it over to the customer. Okay, so first we will do a requirement analysis of A module. Okay, once we complete the requirement analysis, and then we'll start what? Designing of what? So here feasibility, cost, process, everything is going to follow up here. Okay, so everything they are going to do a feasibility study. Okay, when they are going to move it to the designing phase, they are going to do a feasibility study, okay, of the requirement. Okay, once feasibility study is done, they are going to give it to the designing phase to architect. Okay, so for designing for a module first. Okay, so they will start designing the A module. So DA. Okay, now coming, once designing is done, okay, what they are going to do? They are going to hand it over to whom? Developer. Start writing the code for CA, means for A module, developer start writing the code. Once coding is done, it is handed over to whom? Test engineer. So they will start testing only what? A feature. They will start testing the A feature. Okay, once testing, if he is going to find any type of issue, report it to whom? Developer. A developer, just fix it. So you are going to tell developer, just go and fix it. We have found it some bugs. Okay, he is going to fix it, and again he is going to hand it over to whom? To you to test it. Okay, this process continue until what? This feature is bug free. This feature is stable. This feature is works according to the customer requirement. Perfect. Once a module is done, do what? Release it to the customer. Release it to the customer. Okay, so means in 2 or 2.5 months, okay, approximately, or 2 months, customer is going to get the application. Means they can use the application at earlier stage or not. But in previous model, in waterfall model, after 1.5 year, he is going to use the application. But here he is going to get the application at earlier, not whole application I am telling, but at least some feature he is going to get to use it. Okay, again next phase will start for what? BRB. Means we'll do the requirement analysis of RB. Okay, and again we are going to do a feasibility study and then designing of B module. We are going, means module by module we are going to do. Okay, again once designing is done, we are going to do coding for B. Once coding is done, hand it over to test engineer for testing the B module. Okay, if we encounter any bug, report it to the developer. Developer is going to fix it. Okay, and not only B, we are going to test what? A plus B also. Because why? Because A and B means the developer is going to integrate what? A and B. Means there is a dependency between two modules, two features. Okay, so the coding done for B, it might affect what? A. Okay, so when they test B, they are going to check A also. They are going to check A also. Okay, so it means they are going to check whether A is working fine or not. Okay, once it is done, now they have integrated A and B. Now hand it over to the customer. Not only B, they are going to hand it over to what? A and B, because the whole application, in whole application we have this feature. Okay, we are going to hand it over to the customer. Next, requirement analysis of C. Same, we are going to follow the process. Designing of C we are going to do, and then once designing is done, means in designing also high level and low level they are going to follow up. High level means feature wise, and in detail means in one feature in Gmail or in Facebook. Okay, if we go, we have sub features, so they are going to design those sub features also. Okay, means if we have a just a personal information is a what? Module feature. In that feature we have different sub modules. Name is there, okay, phone number, email ID, address, all these what sub features are there. So we have to go component wise. So that we call it as component. In features we have component, multiple components, multiple sub features. Okay, so once coding of C is done, okay, so once designing of C module is done, we are going to hand it over to the developer for coding. Okay, once coding is done, they are going to hand it over to whom? Test engineer. So test engineer is going to test what? C, and also they are going to test what? A plus B plus C. Okay, plus C. Once all these three features are working fine, now see, repetitive task is there or not? Means they go for automation. They go for automation test. Okay, so they are going to test all these three features are working fine or not. Once all these three features are working fine, hand it over to the customer. So whenever we have a requirement, whenever the modules are dependent on each other, we go for a type of model called spiral model. So in spiral model, first we'll do, so in a spiral model, we will develop the application module by module and hand it over to the customer. So in a spiral model, first, just example, we have the first feature, first module, we are going to do a requirement analysis and we'll check the durability and feasibility of the requirement of that particular module. Once feasibility study is done, hand it over to the designing phase. So designer will start designing the requirement. Once designing is done, it is handed over to the developer for developing the application by using any programming language. Once coding is done, it is handed over to the test engineer to test the application. Okay. During testing, they may find some bug. Report it to the developer to fix it. Developer fixed it and handed over to the test engineer for retesting. This process continue until the first module is working fine according to the customer requirement and it is bug free and it is stable. Once module A is developed, tested and stable, it is handed over to the customer and customer start using it. In the next phase, we collect the requirement of module B and we will start a requirement analysis. We collect the requirement and we will start doing a feasibility and durability. We are going to check the feasibility and durability of the next requirement. And once feasibility study is done, we will hand it over to the in the designing phase. So architect or web developer start designing and once designing is done, it is handed over to the developer to develop the application for the next module. Once coding is done, application is developed, it is handed over to the test engineer. Test engineer start testing the module. They may find some bug. Again reported to the developer to fix it. Developer, and while testing, test engineer is going to test the other previous modules also. Okay, other previous module means if they are going to test B, they have to test A also because the modules are dependent on each other. Once all the modules are working fine, the first module and the next module is working fine, we will hand it over to the customer. So this process we follow in a spiral model to develop the application module by module and hand it over to the customer. Okay, so name you can spiral. Spiral means what? Repetition, iteration, number of loops we call it as. One loop, okay, ends here, starts here. Okay, so one loop starts here and then ends here. Okay, so loop is like that. Okay, cyclic, it's like a cycle. That's why they have given name as a spiral, as a iterative, and as a cycle. Still, this also having what? Advantages and disadvantages. These models also having some advantages and disadvantages. Okay, so just I'm removing the marker signs to explain you what are the advantages. Advantage: customer can use the application at earlier stage or not, right? Customer can use the application at earlier stage. Flexible for changes. Flexible for changes. Okay, if customer wants any changes here we can allow minor changes, but major changes will be what? Again, we have to go and do what all this process. So what we suggest customer that next time is what? For next module, when we will go in coding phase, we will do for what? We'll do changes in A and we will simultaneously we will develop B module. Okay, so if customers wants any minor changes, what is the meaning of minor changes? Minor changes means it is not going to affect the application more. That we call it as minor changes. If you have downloaded Chrome or Safari or Mozilla, you are getting what versions, right? Different versions are there. Okay, I'm not sure that which version is currently because it got automatically got updated. Okay, so if we have around like 25 or no, not 20, 30, I think. Okay, Chrome. So 30 versions, 30.0 is coming. Okay, 30.0.0 or 30.0. Next, if minor changes is there, okay, you are going to get a new version of Chrome 30.0.1 means minor changes, small changes have done. It's not going to affect the entire Chrome. 30.0.2. Okay, we are not going to get what? Again, minor changes. 30.1 means major changes. They have changed, means new versions is coming. Okay, if they are going to get what? Chrome 31 means so many features they have changed. So many minor major changes they have done. Okay, so that is called release and version. Okay, release means major changes and version means small changes. Okay, so we are going to allow the customer to change the requirement. Okay, so product owners and managers are there, higher managements are there, they are going to convince the customer that already we have spent 2 months in this module. Okay, again if we'll do change it, okay, again we have to spend 2 months. Okay, so if major changes are there, 2 months is not a big duration. Okay, so company they will manage, or else they will tell, okay, next time when we will develop new module, we are going to do the changes in that A module also. So that's why we used to test A and B both, because it may possible some changes has been done in A module. Okay, customer can use it at earlier stage. Easy to develop, test, because in waterfall model, whole application we are going to get at a time to test it. But here phases by phases, feature by feature. So it's easier to develop also and to test also. Okay, one by one module. Okay, so these are the advantages. Disadvantage: no parallel daily variables. Just I have talked, no parallel daily variables in the waterfall model means one phase done, then another phase. Okay, means no two teams are going to work to it. No review process. If architects miss any requirement to design, no one is there to review it. No one is going to review it. Means no requirement review process is there. Little bit management is complex. Okay, and process is going to be complex. Why they are telling complex process? Why they are telling complex process? Because if requirement changes will be there, again we have to go and redevelop the features, okay, means we have to concentrate on the each and every phases. Okay, based on the new technology now companies are using, so they have defined it as a complex process. Okay, due to this they started developing using what another model. So we have multiple models. That's why in SDLC now every company is using Agile. Okay, but in some companies, okay, they used to follow mix up Agile and Spiral. They have mixed up. Okay, it might possible these disadvantages are there. Okay, so they have managed the works. Okay, by seeing these disadvantages, they're using a Spiral also, and they are using some Agile process also. Okay, so one by one we are going to see all these models. Okay, any doubt? So I'm going to wrap up the class today here only. Any question till now? Anyone having any question? No questions?
Hello.
Yes. Okay.
Hello.
Yes, Ashutosh.
Yes, that basically the STLC process is nearly equal to the waterfall model, that whatever the processes in STLC process.
Correct.
And waterfall, the process in waterfall model is basically same. That it is
Yes,
that
yes.
while the interviewer asking.
Yes, it's the same process. Okay, but see, the first model they started with waterfall model. Okay, in SDLC,
Okay.
when the company started developing the application, they started with waterfall model. But after using waterfall model to develop some application, they found some advantages and disadvantages.
Okay.
Like developer used to test the application. They came across that so many points that developer only check for positive values. Okay, they used to skip, they becomes overconfident that I have only written the code, so it will work fine. So they became overconfident. So that bug is going to find by whom? Customer, and we are going to lose that customer. Customer is going to find multiple bugs. So they find it so many disadvantages. Okay.
Yes.
So the waterfall model and the SDLC process are same, because that is the basic model they started with developing the software, and with new requirements they came across with different models. Okay, so we have seen today's SDLC and waterfall model and spiral model. Okay, still this spiral model having disadvantages. Okay, that they are going to find in what? Okay, one more thing. Customer rejection is possible or not?
Yes, yes, it is possible.
Customer in the last they will tell, no, I have given different requirement, I am getting different requirement, I don't want this software. Possible, not
Yes,
possible?
if
Waterfall model also, and in
eh,
spiral model also. He started using, but he's not understanding the application. In the last,
yes, yes,
he might tell you that I am not happy with the application. Okay, it's not based on my requirement. Okay, it may possible customer will tell you, because he's paying you, he can tell. Okay, so he can tell. Okay, that's why they started with another type of model that we called it as prototype model. Okay, so that we are going to see next on Monday. So tomorrow I'm not taking class. Tomorrow is Sunday. Enjoy the day. Go through this recording. Okay, yesterday recording also I
hello.
have not.
Uh,
Yes, Ashutosh.
just you have said that the prototype model, that in the market company are using the prototype model.
No, see, these are the models. It's totally depends on what? Requirements. It totally depends on the requirement. Okay.
Yes,
We will go through. See, disadvantage we have seen, customer
yes,
rejection,
yes,
since there was lots of customer rejection in previous model. In previous model, in these models, customer rejections possible. Customer may reject in the last that this application is not according to my requirement. I don't want this type of application. Means what? Again, we have to spend time, same time we have to spend, and we have to rework on the application. It happens. Okay. So with these disadvantages, they came with another type of models, different. That's why there are multiple models in SDLC. Okay.
okay.
Anything else? Yesterday recording I have not shared. Okay, there was some Wi-Fi issue. Okay, so I have not shared it. Already I have done. I think it's done. It will go in one click. It will go now. Yes, that. So I'm going to share to all of you. Okay, it will go to all of you. Done. Okay, so many mails IDs are there. If someone is not going to receive it, let me know. Okay, so I'm going to send it to you. Let's go. Okay, so the study recording I have shared, go through it. Just I have explained the basic stuff yesterday, and today we have covered two modules. Okay, SDLC process. Try try to explain the process. Okay, because in interview they will ask what is SDLC process. You have to sit and you have to neatly explain each and every process. Okay, so they will come to know, okay, you have the entire process knowledge to develop a software. Okay, you should know that what companies are following the process to develop a software. Our role is what? To test application, but you should know Today, one guy pinged me. Okay, he told, sir, they asked me performance testing. We are not going to do performance testing in manual testing. Performance is what we are going to check the behavior. We will see this performance testing. But they asked, you have to explain the process. You should know the process. You are not going to do performance, but you should know the process. It's not that much tough as or means we are not going to do any big task in performance testing. But they will give you the knowledge of the tool, and you can manual testing you only can do it. But in big MNCs, they hired a performance test engineer. But in small companies, they are not going to hire a performance test engineer. They will tell, okay, manual, you learn this tool and do performance test. So these things happens in the industry. Okay. So I think we are done with the classes. Now we'll meet on Monday, same sharp 6 o'clock. Okay. I'm not going to delay today. Sorry about that. I delayed the classes for 20-25 minutes. If someone have any queries, okay, ping me, call me. I will pick up the calls tomorrow 10 o'clock, after 10 o'clock. Okay, fine. Thank you so much, and have a good weekend and have a good rest of the day. Bye.